Hello, I'm Peter Griffin from television's Family Guy. I don't know why I'm here. I'm not getting paid residuals, but some snooty executive at Fox told me I had to do this. So, anyway, dear Dr. and Mrs. Bryant, whoever you are. Wait, here comes my baby and my dog, Stewie and Brian. Hey, Stewie, how's Daddy's little baby?
Oh, God. Bumbling fool. Brian, why is he here? Why are we here?
Stewie, we're here to celebrate the Bryants. Where's Quagmire?
Right here. Giggity. All right. That seems about right.
Oh, look, it's Charles Barkley. What are you doing here, round mound of rebound?
Well, Peter, they didn't ask me to speak at Michael Jordan's retirement, so I figured it was a true honor to speak here at Kobe Bryant's retirement tonight.
Chuck? This is the retirement of Bill and Janis Bryant. Not Kobe Bryant.
Well, who the hell are they? Man, y'all wasting my time. That's terrible.
Oh, hi, South Park's Eric Cartman.
Hello, Peter Griffin. Distinguished guests, we are gathered here tonight to thank Dr. and Mrs. Bryant for their years of service. Doc, even though I never had you as a teacher, I wish I could be just like you. I've heard all the stories about you screaming and yelling and throwing fits and getting your way, taking your sun visor off and throwing it on the ground and stomping around and saying, if you don't get it right, I'm gonna dance a fandango on your head. And then you sneak behind the bleachers and smoke a Marlboro sometimes just to calm down a little bit. Yeah, well, I know that was the old days and everything, but I've heard you're still very intense. Now, Mrs. Bryant, I want to thank you for helping me to find my voice. I was able to sing songs like, Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining, and also one of my favorite songs, Well, Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch, she's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. Eric Cartman, you go to the principal's office right now.
But, Mr. Mackey!
No, you go now. Dr. and Mrs. Bryant, as a school guidance counselor, I want to wish you both the best. And remember, drugs are bad. Okay? But now that you're retired, they may not be so bad. Okay?
All right, enough. We don't even know these people. Why don't we bring out someone who does? All right. So here now, from Los Angeles, California, is Jason Jones.
Dr. and Mrs. Bryant, congratulations on your retirement. I'd give anything to be there tonight and not filming a video in my office, but duty called and I'm in LA and I'm actually DJing a wedding of 2 music majors tonight, if you can believe it. I'd like to thank everyone in attendance. I've seen the guest list, I know a lot of you, and I know how much you mean to Bill and Janis. And I also want to thank Craig, John, and Will for inviting me to participate in tonight's occasion. They asked me to give a presentation from the point of view of one of your students, and given our extraordinary relationship as student-teacher, I feel very honored to be asked to present. So first I want to tell you about a little secret that I have. You know that Facebook group that you guys could see? It has over 700 of your former students and current students. Well, I created that, and you couldn't see what was going on inside, but I was asking everybody in that group to send in letters of appreciation to you guys, and I created an email address where they could send it, and I was going to take those and have them printed into a book. Well, the good news is we've got like 90 letters so far. I don't expect to get letters from everybody, but because they keep coming in, I didn't want to print it yet. I didn't want to leave anybody out, so I wanted to tell you about it tonight so you knew what we were up to. And when we get all the letters in, I'll send you the book, I promise. I also had a cover of the book designed by your former student Stephen Carpenter. He designed those band t-shirts when we went off to DC in '95. Well, here's what that looks like, and I hope you like it. You guys are leaving on a high note. It's just the right time in your lives. I hope you'll find that this book is a testament to your legacy and to all that you've given to us, your students. The boys even printed up a couple of the letters tonight to have at the party for you to see, and I hope that you read those and enjoy them as well. I also want to take a few moments just to reflect on a few of my own personal memories and also to echo the sentiments of some of your former and current students. Doc, you taught us to play Holst and Granger, Sousa, even Tchaikovsky with ease. You expected the best at all times, and sometimes you were a tyrant, but mostly you were an angel. Janis, you made us believe every word, note, and phrase had a meaning. Whether it was Moses Hogan, Bach, Brahms, or Mozart, you taught us from people who taught you. People like Bob Welch and Dan Parentoni, Temple Smith and Robert Shaw. You both took us to hear professional groups and see Broadway musicals. We were even in the motion picture My Fellow Americans. You were brave enough to take your students on trips far and wide, from Disney to DC to New York and even China. And there were children who hadn't traveled out of Buncombe County until they encountered you and you gave them the opportunity. I've seen you take money from your own wallets to help children who didn't have the means for the extras. Doc, I was with you for 6 years, and in that time I was with both of you more than my own parents. Despite all the students that you had, you still took the time to work with me one-on-one to help me be a good musician. A lot of the time I know I was a class clown, and I was definitely a disruption to your class. I think I still hold the record for being the kid you screamed at the most, but I'm just glad we didn't give up on each other. Band camp was hell, but marching band was one of the greatest times of our lives. Like a soldier with PTSD, I wake up in the middle of the night when I hear you scream, "What do you want, mediocrity? Do it again, damn it!" But I'll tell you what, I don't accept mediocrity in my own life. That carries me professionally more than you could ever know. I think we didn't ever want to let you down, and in the end, I'm sure we always made you proud. Mrs. Bryant, I met you when you would come to marching band practice, and I'd do something stupid, and you would laugh, and then I would get in trouble. Thanks. Well, you remember when we went to Disney World, and on the tour bus, somehow I got a hold of the microphone over the intercom system. I was doing jokes and impersonations, and I was even kind of doing Mr. Dalton. Don't tell him if he's there tonight. But everybody was laughing, and I looked over at the two of you, and you guys were laughing too, and that's when I knew that we had a special connection between us. You know, back in the old days, we didn't even have a space to perform. Our classes were crammed into that one classroom you two shared, and in the beginning, you and Pat McAfee, you built that program. What everybody sees today, the big building with your names on it, all the shows and the concerts, that started somewhere, and I think it started in 1994 when we did The Wizard of Oz, and I got to play the Scarecrow, and then the next year we did The Music Man, and I played the lead. John Bryant played Winthrop. Craig was in the orchestra, and even little Will was always running around at our rehearsals and shows. You know, we felt like we were part of your family. We were growing up with your boys and being parented and taught and loved by the two of you. Anytime there was trouble at home, there was always Doc and Mrs. B, and that's the truth. Janis, you helped me find my voice as a singer and as a person. You spent hours teaching me songs and listening to my personal problems. Before meeting you, I never knew I could sing. When I was a senior, you invited me to sing in your chorale, and that was a wonderful moment in my life. Short but sweet, but it was great. And then you invited me to come and sing at All Souls, where I sang for 5 years. I'm not currently singing or playing an instrument, but I do use my voice as an actor in television and radio, and every weekend I get to play music for people on their most special occasions, brides and grooms. But when I come home, I play classical music. That's what I want to hear. I love the music. You taught it to me. You know, not every student is singing or playing, but I assure you that the passion you instilled in every one of us is carrying over into our personal and professional lives. A lot of the people who wrote in letters said they sing and play music for their children every night before bed, and that's because of you. I finally realized I don't have to do what you do to be like you or to be successful, but I do have to use and apply the examples that you taught me, and that would make me successful in life, and it seems to be working. You've served as a wonderful example of 2 loving adults who can raise 3 of your own boys and thousands of other people's children, and you've remained happily married and romantically in love. That's amazing. For me, high school was awesome for 3 reasons: Pat McAfee and Bill and Janis Bryant. I want to thank you both for all the years of giving and teaching and loving us, and I speak for all of your students when I say I wish you the best in retirement. Have a lot of fun, teach, travel, learn, love, and come to Los Angeles anytime. I've always got a spare room for you. Much love to you both. Congratulations.